Stop guessing and start commanding. In the next hour, you will learn the precise mental map to think like a strategist, speak like a leader, and influence like a pro. This is not theory, it's a sequence. Frame, focus, phrase, follow through. Use it to cut through noise, end arguments, and make people act. Listen closely, repeat the drills, practice until your words change outcomes. Ready? Let's begin. Chapter 1. Stop reacting. Think like a strategist. Stop. Breathe. Map the field. You have a choice. You can react or you can plan. That decision decides outcomes. That's the key. Too many people treat conversation like a firefight. Someone speaks, they shoot back. Emotions lead. Results suffer. You will not be that person anymore. Outcome first, words second, win third. Start with the outcome. Before you open your mouth, know what you want. Not vague, specific, the exact number, the exact commitment, the exact next step. Example, a salary talk. Decide the number, decide your minimum, decide the non-negotiables, decide what you will accept today and what you will walk from. Frame the ask in advance, then speak to that map. Outcome first, words second, win third. Here is the mental map the pros use. Frame into hypothesis, into evidence, into ask. Frame the conversation. Say where this talk is going. Hypothesize the best path. Back it with one clear fact. Then ask for the specific action. Repeat this. Frame it, test it, close it. Listen to the difference. Reactive. So I was thinking maybe we could talk about my salary? I don't know, I feel like weak, unclear, negotiation dies. Strategic. I'm asking for a 20% raise to align my compensation with market value. I increased sales by 32% this year. Can we set the new salary to X by next pay period? Clear, focused, hard to push aside. That's how you win. Short sentences, one fact, one request. Result, reason, request. Say it out loud until it sticks. You have a choice when you are provoked, too. Most people react to tone. They match heat with heat. That loses deals in relationships. Kill that habit. Pause, plan, push. Pause. Take one breath. Name the objective in one sentence. Plan your anchor, your single best fact. Then push with the ask. Drill this. When you feel your pulse spike, count to 3. Then speak the objective. Do it every day for a week. Repetition builds a new reflex. Example drill, the 60-second pre-flight. One sentence outcome. I'm asking for a promotion to senior designer by June 1st. One fact. I led the campaign that increased revenue by 18%. One ask. Will you approve this promotion and new title? Do it in the mirror. Do it in your car. Do it before the meeting. Frame it, test it, close it. Mental models win arguments you would otherwise lose. Use them like tools. Don't collect them like trophies. The frame, hypothesis, evidence, ask sequence is surgical. Use it for difficult talks. Use it for pitches. Use it for apologies when you must. Say this to yourself before any important conversation. What outcome do I want? What single fact proves it? What will I ask for? Your brain will orient to answers. That's discipline. That's power. That's the point. Now the cost of reacting. I'll give you one real example. 2 partners in a startup argued over product direction. One raised voice, the other matched. The room split. Investors left. The product missed its launch window. Money was lost. The reaction cost 6 months and credibility. You don't get those months back. You don't get that trust back. Don't be that person. You must learn to name the objective in public. Saying the objective does 3 things. It clarifies your mind. It signals confidence. It frames the conversation for everyone. A named objective is a leash on chaos. Use these tactical lines. Memorize them. Use them under pressure. When someone attacks,
I hear your point. My objective here is X. Let's focus on that. When the conversation drifts, before we go further, what outcome are we seeking right now? When you need the commitment, I will deliver X by Y. Will you commit to Z in return? Speak them like commands, short, unapologetic, repeated. You have a choice. Use it. Now the practice routine. Do this every day for 14 days. Days 1 to 3. Pick 3 simple outcomes you want this week. State them aloud daily. I will ask for X. I will finish Y. I will call Z. Days 4 to 7. Add 1 fact to each outcome. Practice the result, reason, request structure. Days 8 to 14. Role play. Have a friend push back. Pause, plan, push. Record one conversation. Review it. Note where you reacted. Replace that moment with a named objective. Remember phrases that change your physiology. Pause, plan, push. Say it before you enter. Say it when you feel heat. Repeat it until your body obeys. It's not about being quick. It's about being deliberate. It's not about being right in the moment. It's about getting the result you need. It's not about winning every argument. It's about steering the outcome that matters. You will fail sometimes. That's the training field. Fail fast, review faster, adjust the frame, test your hypothesis, close stronger next time. This chapter gives you control over your reactions. It hands you the map. Use it daily. Use it ruthlessly. Your words will begin to produce outcomes instead of chaos. You mastered your reaction. Now, let's talk about the tool that changes every conversation before a single word is spoken.
Chapter 2. Frame first, argue later. You have a choice. You always have a choice. You can accept someone else's version of the world, or you can set the stage. That's the key. A frame is the container for meaning. A frame tells people how to interpret what you say. A frame sets the rules of the game before the game begins. Most people let others set the frame. They inherit assumptions. They react. They lose. You will not do that. You don't need their permission to name the frame. Say it. Own it. Move the conversation. Change the frame. Change the outcome. Repeat it. Say it again. Change the frame. Change the outcome. What does that look like in practice? Simple example. A sales rep faces price pushback. The complaint is, it's expensive. The rep does not justify the cost. The rep reframes. This is an investment in faster growth, not a cost. Different words, different reaction. Clients pay. Outcome shifts. 3 instant frames you can use today. Learn them, memorize them, deploy them. Urgency frame. Script. This is time sensitive. We can lock today or wait and risk losing access. Which do you prefer? Why it works. Urgency changes focus from analysis to action. People choose now. Drill line. Frame it now, watch them follow. Scarcity frame. Script. We only have 3 seats at this price. I can hold one for you for 24 hours. Why it works. Scarcity gives value context. People fear missing out. Drill it until natural. Identity frame. Script. This is for leaders who commit to the long game. Is that you? Why it works. Identity invites alignment. People self-select. They choose to belong. Use identity to raise standards. Use identity to exclude weak fits. Frame it. Test it. Close it. Keep repeating that. Frame it now, watch them follow. Frames are not manipulative when used honestly. They are clarity. They are boundaries. That's the key. It's not about tricking people. It's about directing attention. It's not about being louder. It's about being clearer. It's not about arrogance. It's about discipline. You will meet people who try to impose a frame on you. They will say, "You're being unreasonable." They will claim your idea is risky. They will bait you. Don't accept the frame. Reframe the game. Defensive framing, a 10-second rescue.
Use this exact 3-step script when someone throws a frame at you. Acknowledge briefly, I hear that. State your frame, my objective is X. Redirect with a question. Given that, what outcome do you want right now? Example in action. Other, you're being unrealistic. You, I hear that. My objective is to secure a 3-month pilot to prove ROI. Given that, what outcome do you want right now? 10 seconds, done. You neutralize the attack, you set the field again, you steer the conversation. Practice this until it's reflex. Say it in the car, say it in the mirror, say it before every meeting. You have a choice. Use it. Frames can be built in one line, one sentence, not paragraphs, not caveats, one clear signal. People need anchors. Give them one. Use this one-line frame formula. Context plus value plus directive. Examples. Context. For teams scaling quickly. Value. This reduces rollouts from weeks to days. Directive. Will you pilot it this quarter? Say it like that. Short, sharp, repeated. You will also use pre-frames. Pre-frames happen before contact. Email subject lines, meeting titles, social posts. A pre-frame primes the audience. It reduces noise. It creates favorability. It sets expectations. Email subject pre-frame. Urgent, decision required, pilot approval. Meeting title pre-frame. Strategy, decide rollout or pause. Social pre-frame, for serious founders only. You don't need their permission to pre-frame. You don't wait for them to ask. You lead. Now the rehearsal plan. Real behavior changes with reps. Do these drills for 7 days. Day 1, keep it to one sentence. Deliver one-line frames in low-stakes chats. Count successes. Day 2, use the urgency frame 3 times. Push for immediate decisions. Day 3, use the scarcity frame in one ask. Record the response. Day 4, use the identity frame on a conversation with a peer. Note who aligns. Day 5, practice the 10-second defensive frame on a pushback. Time it. Day 6, combined frames. Open with identity, close with scarcity. Day 7, run a full meeting using the context plus value plus directive formula for every agenda item. Every day, write 2 lines that frame your world. Repeat those lines out loud. Repetition builds the neural path. Repeat. Change the frame, change the outcome. Real outcomes follow. Sales close faster. Meetings are shorter. Decisions get made. You will be perceived as competent and decisive. Influence grows. A warning. Don't overframe. Don't smother the other person. The purpose is clarity and direction, not coercion. Always offer choice. People must feel autonomy. Use frames to guide, not to trap. Use this line before a hard push. You have a choice. I can hold this open till Friday, or we can pause. Which do you prefer? That's the balance. You set the field. They choose the direction. Remember the discipline phrases. Repeat them until they are reflex. You have a choice. Change the frame, change the outcome. Frame it now, watch them follow. Don't accept the frame, reframe the game. You don't need their permission. It's not about being loud, it's about being first. It's not about winning arguments, it's about getting outcomes. It's not about clever lines, it's about consistent framing. You hold context now. You control the lens. You shape the room. That is influence. Close this chapter with a practice. Pick one upcoming conversation. Write one-line frame using the formula. Use urgency, scarcity, or identity. Deliver it first. Decide to lead. Decide to win.
Chapter 3. Say less, say it loud. You have a choice. You can fill silence with excuses, or you can use silence like a tool. That's the key. Brevity breeds belief. Say that out loud. Brevity breeds belief. Short statements command attention. Long explanations invite pushback. That's simple, that's true, that's the work.
Look at a courtroom. A lawyer opens. One sentence, one fact, one demand. The jury leans in. Now look at your inbox. Paragraphs, caveats, just checking in. No one listens. The outcome is already decided. You choose which world you live in. It's not about being clever. It's about being clear. It's not about sounding smart. It's about getting a yes. It's not about impressing them with details. It's about moving the needle. You don't need their permission to be concise. Say less, say it loud. The core habit is the three-part sentence. Learn it, practice it, use it until it is reflex. Result, reason, request. Lead with the result, support with one fact, close with an action. Examples. Salary. I'm asking for a 20% raise. I increased revenue by 32% this year. Will you approve the raise starting next pay period? Result, reason, request. Pitch. We will double acquisition in 90 days. Our test campaigns delivered a 3x ROI. Can we run the pilot with 10K this month? Result, reason, request. Feedback. You missed the deadline. The deliverable arrived 3 days late. When can you finish the revisions? Result, reason, request. 10 plug-and-play templates. Memorize them. Drill them. Salary. I'm requesting amount or percent. I achieved key fact. Can we adjust my compensation to X by date? Raise alternative. I'm requesting title change to title. I led project or result. Can HR process this by date? Pitch opener. We will result. Our metric, fact. Will you commit resource? Project ask. I need resource or time. With that, I will deliver result by date. Do you approve? Meeting close. We agree on decision. Action item, who does what by when. Is that correct? Sales close. This package solves pain. It saves time or money. Would you like the basic or premium plan? Partnership. We bring asset. You bring asset. Together we achieve outcome. Shall we draft the MOU? Feedback to peer. Your draft lacks element. Add element and send by date. Can you do that? Boundary set. I won't work weekends. I'll deliver by Monday. Is that acceptable? Cold outreach. We help teams scale onboarding faster. Case study, company cut ramp time by 40%. Can I book 15 minutes? Copy them. Fill the brackets. Use them in real conversations. The templates remove hesitation. The templates force clarity. That's the point. Now, voice and cadence. Short sentences need rhythm. You cannot mumble and expect authority. You must own the sound. Rule 1. Pause. Use silence. Pause after the result. Let it land. The silence transfers weight. Rule 2. Punch. Use one emphatic word. Make it count. Now. Today. Decide. Rule 3. Proceed. Move to the ask. Be direct. Practice this pattern out loud. Example cadence. I need the budget. Pause. It moves the project forward. Punch. Approve X today. Pause. Short, controlled, hard to interrupt. Recording exercise. Do this daily. Day 1. Read 10 three-part sentences from the templates. Record yourself. Listen back. Note where you speed up, slow down, pause. Day 2. Add one emphatic word in each sentence. Record. The punch must land. Day 3. Deliver 3 sentences in a row with practiced pauses. Count the silence. Days 4 to 7. Use the sentences in real conversations. Start with low-stakes asks. Track reactions. Repetition is the training. Repetition rewires your mouth. Repetition rewires your nervous system. Say these lines until they feel uncomfortable. Then say them 100 more times. You will meet resistance.
People will try to trap you with questions. They will ask for details. They will demand your logic. Say less. Repeat the core. When they push, repeat the result, restate one fact, reissue the request. Don't drown them in data. Use these recovery lines. To be clear, result, one fact, reason, decision. Or short answer, result, because, fact, yes or no. Or I'll follow up with details after we decide. For now, request. Discipline over charm. Discipline over defense. It's not about winning arguments. It's about moving outcomes. That's the key. You have a choice in tone, too. You can be polite and limp, or you can be firm and respectful. Learn the difference. Respect is not apologetic. It's precise. Practice presence. Stand while you speak on the phone. Lean in slightly when you speak in person. Open your chest. Breathe from your diaphragm. Short sentences need breath. The pause only works if you have air. Now, a behavioral routine to build the skill. Daily routine, 14 days. Day 1 to 3, templates, 10 sentences each day. Record. Day 4 to 7, cadence drills. Pause, punch, proceed. One session of 10 minutes. Days 8 to 11, real asks, 1 per day using a template. Note outcomes. Days 12 to 14, review recordings, tighten, cut words, track wins. Keep a log, 2 columns, what you said, what happened, learn the gap, close the gap. Final drill, the 60-second challenge. Pick one real ask, craft a 3-part sentence, say it out loud 3 times, deliver it live within 24 hours, record the result, review, repeat. You have a choice, use it. You don't need their permission to be brief. Keep the discipline. Repeat the line until it is automatic. Result, reason, request. It's not about perfection, it's about consistency. It's not about cleverness, it's about clarity. That's the key. You learn to frame the room. You learn to set the stage. Now you will close the room. You will use questions to move people to commitment.
Chapter 4. Ask questions that close deals. You have a choice. You can talk at people or you can move them. That's the key. Questions are moves. Questions are not polite interruptions. Questions create momentum. They create commitment. They close deals. Most people ask questions to be nice. Weak questions get weak answers. Strong questions force decisions. Use questions to advance. Ask to advance. Repeat that. Ask to advance. Start with the intent. Ask only to get something forward, not to be liked, not to prove a point, to advance the outcome. If you leave a meeting without moving something forward, you wasted time. That's the truth. 3 closing questions that always work. Learn them, use them, drill them until they are reflex. The assumptive close. Script. Which option do you want to start with? Why it works? It assumes the decision. It pushes selection rather than debate. People hate leaving choice open. This forces an answer. Use it when the person has shown interest. Use it when you framed the value. Ask to advance. The choice close. Script. Do you prefer Plan A with faster rollout or Plan B with more support? Why it works? It simplifies. It narrows options. It keeps the decision within your structure. They pick. You control the terms. Repeat. Offer choices, not permission. The timeline close. Script. If you decide today, we can start Monday. Is Monday realistic for you? Why it works? It ties decision to action. It converts yes into scheduling. It reduces stall tactics. Ask the timeline. Lock the commitment. Use these 3 as your baseline. Rotate them. Mix them. They are not manipulative. They are decisive. They create clarity. That's the key. Now, the deeper moves. Questions that reveal objections. Questions that turn "I'll think about it" into a decision. Use meta questions.
These pull the real issue into the open. What would have to change for you to say yes? This forces them to identify the barrier. Barriers are fixable. When they speak the barrier, they invite a solution. You then respond with a surgical offer. You have a choice: fix the barrier or walk. If you could redesign this decision, what would you change? This reframes resistance from criticism to construction. People move from no to how quickly. What's the real priority here? Speed, cost, or quality? This forces trade-offs. Decisions are trade-offs. Clarify trade-offs and choose. Remember, questions must be short. Questions must be precise. Avoid, "Do you think this might be something that could possibly work?" That is a trap. Weak language makes weak choices. 2 tactical rules for every question. Rule A: ask to advance. Every question should have one aim: move the conversation forward. If it doesn't, don't ask it. Rule B: follow each question with silence. When you ask, stop talking. Let the silence do the heavy lifting. People fill silence with answers. Let them prove themselves. Pause, listen, take notes, ask to advance. Real example: sales rep in a demo. The prospect says, "I need to think." The rep asks, "What would have to change for you to proceed today?" The prospect names budget timing. The rep offers a phased payment plan and locks the start date. Close happens. That's discipline. That's influence. That's the point. You must practice the timing of questions. The wrong question at the wrong time looks like panic. The right question at the right time looks like mastery. Timing map. Early, discovery. Use open questions. What problem keeps you up at night? Who else will be affected? These gather facts. Frame it, test it, close it. Middle, framing and proof. Use focused, clarifying questions. Is X the priority? Do you need case studies or a pilot? Pinpoint the real lever. Late, closing. Use the 3 closers: assumptive, choice, timeline. Ask to advance. Stop arguing. Script bank. Use these exact wordings. Memorize them. Discovery. What outcome matters most to you this quarter? Who needs to be convinced for this to move forward? Clarifying. If we solved X, what would change for you? What measure would prove success for you? Closing. Which option works best for you? Assumptive. Plan A or Plan B? Choice. If we start Monday, will you approve it today? Timeline. Behavioral drill. Do this one daily for 2 weeks. Day 1 to 3, read and repeat the script bank 10 times each. Speak aloud. Record your tone. Short sentences. Clear delivery. Day 4 to 6, role play with a partner. Have them say, "I'll think about it." You must convert that into a decision using only questions, no statements. Time it. Day 7 to 10, real-world test. Use at least one closing question in a live scenario: a meeting, a pitch, a raise, a sale. Log the response. Day 11 to 14, review failures. Identify where you asked to gather, not to advance. Tighten. Repeat. Mental model to adopt. Questions create options, not excuses. That matters. You have a choice to open options or open excuses. Choose options. Repeat. Ask to advance. Now, the defensive technique. When someone tries to derail with endless issues, use the funnel question. Funnel question. Which of these issues, if resolved, would let us move forward today? This prioritizes. It stops noise. It demands an answer. Use it aggressively when meetings go sideways. Language traps to avoid. Don't ask loaded, compound, or hypothetical questions that let them escape. Don't say, "Wouldn't you agree?" That hands them the lead. Use "Which do you prefer?" instead. You don't need their permission to move. You only need a decision. Ethics and clarity. Questions must be honest. Never trick someone into a yes. Offer real choices. Respect autonomy. Influence responsibly. That's the ethics of asking. Repeat the discipline phrases often. You have a choice. Ask to advance. That's the key. It's not about cleverness. It's about discipline. You don't need their permission. You will fail early. Expect it. Fail, learn, improve. Ask sharper next time. Close this chapter with a specific task. Pick one important upcoming conversation. Choose a closing question from the 3. Write the exact wording. Practice aloud 3 times. Deliver it. Record the outcome. You moved from talking to moving. You turned words into decisions. That is influence. You mastered closing with questions. Now we build presence so people listen before you ask.
Chapter 5. Command presence, not permission. Stop asking to be heard. Start commanding the room. You have a choice. You can beg for attention, or you can earn it. That's the key. Presence is simple. Posture, tone, placement of words. Permission is a plea. Can I say something? Is now okay? That is weak. Don't be weak. Own the moment. Don't beg for it. Think of a CEO and an intern. Same office, same meeting. The CEO stands. The CEO opens with one line. People lean in. The intern shuffles. The intern apologizes for interrupting. No one remembers the idea. Presence makes the difference. Presence moves ideas. Presence wins decisions. You don't need their permission to set the tone. Say that again. You don't need their permission. Use it as a mantra. Repeat it until your body obeys. Presence is not cosmetic. It's strategic. It signals value. It creates authority. That's the key. It is not about being loud. It's about being deliberate. It's not about charisma. It's about craft. It's not about charm. It's about discipline. Small rituals build presence instantly. Rituals change physiology. Rituals change confidence. Use these 4 now. Stance. Feet shoulder width, weight balanced, chin level, hands neutral. Ground yourself. A grounded body makes a grounded voice. Opening line. Have a 5-word opener ready. 1 sentence, no qualifiers. Example from a CEO who changed culture. We will stop shipping excuses. 5 words. It reframed the room. People adjusted. Short lines set rules. Gaze pattern. Scan the room. Don't fixate. Land eyes on one person for 2 seconds. Move. Include everyone. Your gaze draws attention where you want it. Signature phrase. Pick one short phrase you use to reset the room. Let's decide now. 3 options. Pick one. Say it with calm force. Repeat it. Make it yours. Stand, speak, set the room. That is the cue. Say it, do it, repeat. The 60-second presence routine. Use it before every meeting. Seconds 0 to 10, ground your feet. Breathe. Square your shoulders. Seconds 11 to 20, run your opening line silently. Feel the rhythm. Seconds 21 to 35, place your hands. Smile lightly. Relax your jaw. Seconds 36 to 50, take 3 deep breaths. Slow the heart. Slow the tempo. Seconds 51 to 60, speak the 5-word opener once in your head. Step in. Do this routine for 1 week. Do it for every meeting. Presence becomes habit. Voice matters as much as posture. Low, measured, and paced wins. Practice this. Speak slightly slower than you think you should. Drop the pitch on the last word of a sentence. Use 1 emphatic word per line. Pause. Let it land. Pause again.
Practice with single-word punches. Now, decide, begin. Say them with weight. Pause after each. Silence sells authority. Boundaries signal value. Saying yes to everything devalues you. You have a choice. Say no strategically. No protects yes. Repeat, no protects yes. Real story. A freelance designer took every job to build a portfolio. Overwork, low pay, burnout. Then she learned to say no. She declined clients who wanted free revisions and midnight turnarounds. She stood for value. She raised her rates 40% in 3 months. Her calendar filled with higher-paying clients. Saying no created space for the right yes. That's influence. How to say no with presence. Use this script. I can't take this project at that rate. Pause. Here's what I will do instead. Offer a scaled option. If that works, we'll set terms today. Ask to advance. Short, firm, respectful. No apology, no over-explaining. You don't need their permission to protect your time. Boundaries are not harsh, they're tidy. They make you predictable. People appreciate predictability. They prefer doing business with someone who knows their limits. Now, quick tactical exercises. Exercise A, the 5-word opener. Write one 5-word sentence that defines your authority. Use it for a week. Examples. We ship results, not excuses. Decide now, adjust later. Keep it. Repeat it. Exercise B, the 60-second warm-up. Do the routine before 3 meetings this week. Track reactions. Note who leans forward. Note who follows up. Exercise C, the no drill. Role-play a client asking for a free revision. Say the no script 3 times. Record it. Notice the steadiness. Repeat until it feels natural. Daily practice plan, 14 days. Days 1 to 3, build your 5-word opener. Repeat it hourly. Days 4 to 7, use the 60-second routine before every meeting. Journal 1 win daily. Days 8 to 10, practice vocal punches. Record and trim filler words. Days 11 to 14, say no in controlled drills. Apply it to 1 real client request. Presence is not a mask, it's a discipline. It's training your body and language to match your intent. That is the point. That's the key. You will feel awkward at first. Good. Awkward precedes growth. Keep going. Repeat the lines. You have a choice. You don't need their permission. Own the moment. Don't beg for it. Presence is the platform for everything else. If you cannot hold the room, your best ideas die in silence. Command presence. Set your terms. Protect your time. No protects yes. You mastered posture and tone. You learned the rituals. Now you will learn how to turn raw ideas into clear, shareable language.
Chapter 6. Turn ideas into irresistible frames. You have a choice. You can let good ideas die as long documents, or you can turn them into weapons. That's the key. Ideas start messy. Notes, slides, drafts, a 27-page report. The raw thought lives in noise. Most people think clarity will come later. It won't. Clarity is a craft. Make it simple. Make it shareable. This chapter teaches the exact, repeatable steps to translate a messy idea into a headline that moves people. No fluff, no academic language, real practical steps, real templates, real drills. Step 1. Distill the core outcome. Ask, what single result do I want from this idea? 1 line, not a paragraph, 1 line. Example, the 27-page report becomes cut onboarding time in half for new hires.
That line is your anchor. Say it out loud. Repeat it. Cut onboarding time in half. That's the outcome. That's your North Star. Step 2. Find the emotional hook. People act on feeling. Facts convince later. What feeling do you want? Relief, pride, fear of missing out. Pick one. Attach it to the outcome. Example, relief, less chaos for managers. Combine, cut onboarding in half, relief for overwhelmed managers. Shorten it, make it visceral. Step 3. Add one rational proof. Pick one fact, one metric, one case. Not 5, 1. Example, pilot reduced ramp time by 40%. Put it next to the hook. People need reason. Proof makes claims credible. Step 4. Craft the headline. Format, hook, plus outcome, plus proof tag. Keep it under 10 words if possible. Example turned into a headline. Half-time onboarding, managers get relief, 40% ramp cut. Better, cut onboarding in half, 40% faster ramp. Shorter still, 40% faster onboarding, less manager burnout. Test it. Say it out loud. If it trips you, cut more. Step 5. Create the one-sentence elevator. One sentence. Result, why it matters, who benefits. Example, we cut onboarding time by 40% so managers spend less time firefighting and new hires hit targets sooner. That's the one-sentence elevator. It is not a summary. It is a tool. You use it to open conversations. 2-bullet support. Bullet 1. Outcome in measurable terms. 40% reduction in time to productivity. Bullet 2. How you accomplish it or proof. Standardized playbooks and 2-week cohort training. 2 bullets, no more. That's enough to land curiosity and invite a meeting. Repeat the pattern. Hook, proof, push. Now, templates. Use these exact formats. Fill the blanks. Use them until they become muscle. Headline templates. Fill the blanks. X% faster process. One-word emotional hook, result. Result for audience, proof. One-sentence elevator templates. We result so audience can benefit. By method, we result reducing pain for audience. 2-bullet support template. Outcome with metric-driven, core method or proof. Examples filled. Headline, 40% faster onboarding for new hires. Elevator, we cut onboarding in 40% so managers spend less time firefighting and new hires hit targets sooner. Bullets, 40% time to productivity reduction, standard playbooks, and 2-week cohort training. Behavioral drills. Do these every day for 5 days. Drill A, the 5-headline sprint, 5 minutes. Set a timer, take the messy idea, write 5 headlines in 5 minutes. No edits, no self-censoring. Done. Review. Pick the best. That's the drill. Repeat daily for a week. Drill B, the one-sentence elevator, 10 minutes. Write the one-sentence elevator. Say it out loud. Trim 2 words. Say it again. Trim 2 more. Repeat until it lands in one breath. Drill C, the 2-bullet proof, 5 minutes. Reduce proof to 2 bullets, 1 metric, 1 method. Speak them as a pitch. Practice the cadence. You have a choice about narrative. You can lead with a spreadsheet, or you can tell one short human story that opens the gateway. Tell the micro story, then ask. That is the simplest persuasion formula. Micro story format, 30 seconds. Setup, 1 sentence describing a human problem. A manager missed deadlines because new hires kept asking the same questions. Turn, 1 sentence showing the change. After a 2-week cohort, those questions dropped by 70%. Ask, 1 sentence linking to your request. Can we run that cohort next month? Microstories lower resistance. They create empathy. They make numbers feel real. Use them before the ask. Tell the microstory, then ask. Voice and cadence for ideas. Short sentences, pauses where the hook lands. 1 emphatic word after the proof. Example delivery. Cut onboarding in half. Pause. 40% faster ramp. Punch. Start a pilot next month. Pause. You don't need their permission to simplify. Say it again. You don't need their permission. Make it shareable. Make it obvious. That's influence. Ethics check. Don't overpromise. Don't stretch the proof. Integrity sustains influence. It's not about cleverness. It's about clarity. Say that and mean it. Honest claims win long term. Scaling the idea. After you have the headline, the elevator, and the 2 bullets, use them in 3 places: subject lines, opening lines, and 1 slide summary. Email subject line. Use the headline. Opening line in meetings. Use the 1-sentence elevator. 1 slide summary. Use the 2 bullets and the headline. Distribution multiplies adoption. A strong frame repeated across channels becomes the default lens. People start to use your language. That's when the idea spreads. Daily routine, 14 days. Days 1 to 3, 5 headline sprints, 1-sentence elevator work. Days 4 to 7, micro-story practice. Deliver to colleagues. Gather feedback. Days 8 to 11, use headline in emails and meetings. Track responses. Days 12 to 14, iterate. Tighten proofs. Replace weak words. Keep repetition high. Keep these phrases front of mind. Repeat them until they shape your practice. You have a choice. Make it simple. Make it shareable. Hook, proof, push. Tell the micro-story, then ask. You don't need their permission. You turned messy thought into a weapon. You can now craft headlines that open doors. You can make ideas move people. You mastered translation of ideas. Now we focus on the micro-language that make people act.
Chapter 7. Master the language of influence. You have a choice. You can use words that float away, or you can use words that land. That's the key. Language is leverage. The exact phrase moves people. The wrong phrase loses them. Say the line, watch them lean. That is not a slogan, it's a rule. Powerful phrases change behavior. They trigger thinking. They steer feeling. They shorten resistance. Use them with discipline. Start with high-impact phrases. Learn them. Drop them in often. Use them where precision matters. Most people choose. Use social proof. It normalizes action. Example, most people choose the annual plan because it saves time and hassle. Short. Hard to argue. Imagine if. Use vision. It pulls people forward. Example, imagine if your team hit quota every quarter. One image, big pull. Because. Use instant justification. One reason beats 10. Example, buy now because we're limiting seats. The brain accepts because quickly. Here's what matters. Use refocus. It forces priorities. Example, here's what matters. Delivery on time. Clear, non-negotiable. Repeat them. Anchor them. They become your signature. Anchor it, repeat it. Anchoring ties a word to an emotion. It makes a feeling clickable later. That's the practical power of language. You anchor when you pair a word with a sensory detail or a repeated context. Examples of anchors in negotiation and coaching. Negotiation anchor script. Most clients sign during the demo. Imagine the product in their hands tomorrow. Because we test first, they see results fast. Anchor words, sign during the demo, see results fast. Repeat them every demo. The phrase becomes the default expectation. Coaching anchor script. When you finish this sprint, you will feel relief. Imagine the quiet Monday morning. Because urgency breeds focus, you'll hit the goal. Anchor words, feel relief, quiet Monday morning. Repeat after wins. The team starts chasing the feeling. Exact scripts matter. Use short, repeatable lines. Rehearse them until they sound like you. Here are anchor scripts to practice. Use them verbatim until they are natural. Sales anchor. Most teams pick the starter plan because it proves value fast. Pause. It reduces risk. Pause. Decide today. Fundraising anchor. Imagine 50 donors committed by launch. Pause. That momentum pulls in more. Pause. Will you pledge now? Political anchor example. Here's what matters: safety and jobs. Pause. Not noise, not sideshows. Pause. Vote for the plan that delivers. Those lines work because they combine social proof, vision, and priority. They are short, they repeat, they stick. Now the anchor practice. 30 minutes. Do it. No excuses. 30-minute anchor practice. Exact routine. Minute 0 to 3. Pick one anchor phrase from above. Write it on a sticky note. Read it aloud 5 times. Minute 4 to 10. Pair the phrase with a micro-story. 1 sentence setup, 1 sentence turn, 1 sentence ask. Speak the pairing aloud 10 times. Minute 11 to 18. Role play with a partner or record yourself. Use the anchor phrase at the opener, the midpoint, and the close. Keep pauses purposeful. Minute 19 to 25. Speed drill. Say the phrase in different tones: calm, urgent, amused, disappointed. Notice which tone lands best. Minute 26 to 30. Close with cold delivery. Say the phrase, then stop. Do not add words. Let silence do work. Repeat 3 times. Do this daily for a week. Anchor it. Repeat it. Next, avoid language traps. Most people sabotage themselves with weak qualifiers and hedges. Trim them ruthlessly. Bad. I think maybe we could possibly consider trying this option, if that's all right with you. Better. Let's run this option. We'll decide in 2 weeks. Speak with verbs, not apologies. Common traps and fixes. Trap. Qualifiers. I think. Maybe. Kind of. Fix. Remove them. Be direct. We should proceed replaces I think we should maybe proceed. Trap. Passive voice. Mistakes were made. Fix. Active voice. We missed the deadline. Take ownership. Command clarity. Trap. Hedges. Just wondering. No big deal. Fix. Assert the ask. I need 30 minutes tomorrow to finalize this. Before and after email edits. Practice these. Before. Hi team, I hope you're well. I was thinking about the project and I'm wondering if maybe we could possibly shift the timeline a little bit, if that's okay. After. Team, we need to shift the timeline. New deadline, Friday. Can you confirm by EOD? Short, sharp, actionable. That's influence. Repetition drill for tone and trimming. Do this for 10 minutes a day. Take an email you wrote, cut 30% of the words, read it aloud, cut another 20%, read it aloud again. Stop apologizing for clarity. Now, linguistic anchors for memory. Tie a phrase to a gesture or object. Use the same gesture every time you say the anchor. The body remembers. The audience remembers. Examples. Tap the table once when you say, decide today. Nod when you say, most people choose. Lean forward on imagine if. Anchor plus gesture equals fast recall. Ethics and discipline. Language moves people. Use it responsibly. Influence is not manipulation. It's clarity with consent. Ask, don't trick. Be honest. That preserves long-term power. It's not about persuasion at any cost. It's about discipline. Daily routine, 14 days. Days 1 to 3, anchor phrase selection and 30-minute practice. Anchor it, repeat it. Days 4 to 7, edit your recent emails, remove qualifiers, use verbs, record before and after. Days 8 to 11, role play 3 negotiation scenarios using anchors and gestures, time responses. Days 12 to 14, use anchors in real talks, log results, iterate. Keep these phrases in front of you. You have a choice. Say the line, watch them lean. Anchor it, repeat it. You don't need their permission. It's not about being clever, it's about discipline. Speak with verbs, not apologies. Language is not a magic trick. It is a discipline, a habit, a tool. Practice it, repeat it, master it. You learned which phrases move people. You learned how to tie them to feeling and memory. You learned to cut weak language.
Now you will use structure to steer entire talks.
Chapter 8. Control the conversation, control the outcome. You have a choice. You can let the talk wander, or you can put it on rails. That's the key. Conversations have architecture. They are not chaos. They are a sequence you design. Structure the talk, steer the result. Say that out loud. Structure the talk, steer the result. The architecture is simple. 4 parts. Opening, escalation, peak ask, close. Learn the map. Use the map. Opening. Set the field. 1 sentence, 1 result, 1 agenda. Example opener. We meet to decide whether to pilot this product. 2 options, 1 decision today. Short, clear, directional. You don't need their permission to set the purpose. Escalation. Move from facts to trade-offs. Ask focused questions. Reveal constraints. Use proof. Narrow choices. Example escalation sequence. Current state, impact, cost to fix, timeline to implement. 1 line per item. Keep people on the rails. Peak ask. Deliver the 1 clear decision request. No fluff, no alternatives buried in footnotes. Example peak ask. Approve option A with a 50K pilot starting Monday. Pause. Let it land. Close. Capture the commitment. Assign the first action and the owner. Example close. Decision. Option A. Action. Legal drafts MOU by Friday. Owner. Maria. End the talk with a leash on follow-through. Every meeting you run should hit those 4 moves. Opening, escalation, peak ask, close. Repeat the pattern until it becomes muscle. Now, templates. Use them. They work. Meeting template, 30 minutes. 0 to 3 minutes, opening, state purpose and outcome. 3 to 12 minutes, escalation, facts and trade-offs. 12 to 22 minutes, peak ask, present options and recommendation. 22 to 30 minutes, close, decision, owner, timeline. Interview template. Opening. This interview will decide fit for the role. Escalation. Your 3 wins, your 1 weakness, how you fix it. Peak ask. Are you ready to start on X date? Close. Next steps and offer timeline. Difficult talk template. Opening. We need to resolve X today. Escalation. Here are the facts. Here's the impact. Peak ask. What corrective step will you take now? Close. Set KPI and check-in date. Memorize the templates. Use them like a scaffold. Structure the talk. Steer the result. Tactical turns win when people try to derail you. Conversations go sideways. People interrupt. People grandstand. You must interrupt to lead. Interrupt rules. Short, clean, non-hostile. Rule 1. Interrupt with acknowledgement. Script. Quick, real point. We need the decision. Pause. Then proceed. Rule 2. Interrupt with a redirect question. Script. That's interesting. What outcome do you want here? Pause. Interrupt to reframe the stakes. Script. We've debated features. The real cost is time. Can we choose speed or scope? Pause. Practice these until they are reflex. Interrupt to lead. Interrupt to lead. Interrupt to lead. Redirect lines are your recovery kit. Use them when someone hijacks the talk. Let's park that and come back to if time permits. That's a separate issue. Right now, we decide X. We can debate details after we choose the direction. Short, firm, respectful. No sermon, no apology. Now, social proof and scarcity. They tilt the room. Use them strategically. Tilt the room. Social proof line. Others are ready. Example, 3 teams signed up for early access. That line creates momentum. People follow momentum. They prefer joining winners. Scarcity line, limited slots. Example, we have 5 pilot slots at this price. Scarcity speeds decisions. Use it only when true. Don't fake it. Integrity matters. It's not about deception. It's about focus.
It's not about tricking people. It's about creating urgency. It's not about cleverness. It's about discipline. Combine social proof and scarcity in a single line. 3 teams signed up, 2 slots left. Decide today to secure your place. Short, pressure with honesty, tilt the room. Practical scripts you can copy. Meeting control opener. We have 30 minutes. Decide or table. I recommend option B. Pause. Why option B? Escalation. Decision. Peak ask. Owner. Close. Hostile town hall rescue. CEO example. I hear the emotion. Here's the fact. Revenues fell 8% this quarter. We will take these 3 steps. First X, second Y, third Z. We decide on a timeline now. Interrupt to lead, redirect to facts, close with action. Practice routines. Do these drills daily for 2 weeks. Drill A, the 8-minute meeting. Run an 8-minute meeting with the template. Time each section. Stick to it. No exceptions. Drill B, interrupt reflex. Role play with a partner who derails. Use interrupt lines. Time your pause. Repeat until steady. Drill C, tilt the room script. Craft 1 social proof and scarcity line for your next offer. Use it in an email subject and an opening line. Measure outcomes. Shorter meetings, faster decisions, less rework. Track them in a simple log. Meeting, time, decision, owner. Results reveal patterns. Language cues to own the room. Use these phrases frequently. You have a choice. Structure the talk, steer the result. Interrupt to lead. Tilt the room. You don't need their permission to set the purpose. It's not about noise. It's about structure. It's not about being louder. It's about being first. Ethics and control. Control is not coercion. Control is clarity. You must always leave autonomy. Give real choices. Provide opt-outs. Influence responsibly. The room must choose, not be railroaded. When someone resists, use the funnel question. Which single issue, if resolved, would let us move forward today? That returns the talk to its architecture. It forces prioritization. It forces a decision. You will fail at first. Meetings will still drift. Fix by reviewing the log. Adjust the template. Practice the 8-minute meeting again. You mastered how to structure and steer. You learned to interrupt and tilt. You can now control outcomes with discipline, not drama. You held the room. Now, let's talk about the limits of influence.
Chapter 9. The Ethics of Persuasion. Win without manipulating. You have a choice. You can win today and lose tomorrow, or you can win for years. That's the key. Influence is power. Power bends outcomes. Power also carries risk. Use it without care and you break trust. Influence responsibly. Say that phrase aloud. Influence responsibly. First, the difference. This matters. Persuasion, clear intent, open choices, honest benefit, consent. Manipulation, hidden intent, traps, false scarcity, misleading proof, coercion. Simple test. Could you explain your method to the person you're persuading and still sleep well? If yes, you're persuading. If no, you're manipulating. That distinction is not academic. It costs real things: reputation, relationships, contracts, revenue. One short, unethical win can cost years of leverage. Long game, long trust. Listen to a real example, anonymized but true. A fundraising campaign used false scarcity. Limited seats were advertised when none existed. Donors rushed in. Short-term returns spiked. Then the truth leaked. Social media amplified the deception. Donations collapsed. The organization lost core supporters. Leaders resigned. The short win became a long loss. Influence earned unethically decays quickly. Long game, long trust. You don't need their permission to be honest. Say it again. You don't need their permission. Honesty is not optional. It's the currency of lasting influence. Practical boundaries to avoid harm. These are rules, not suggestions. Rule 1. Explicit intent. State your purpose before you ask. Script.
I want to propose X. My goal is Y. You can say yes, no, or ask for time. Short, clear. The person hears your aim and their autonomy is preserved. Rule 2. Real choices. Always offer a genuine opt-out. Never fake scarcity. Never sneak fees. Script for sales. This offer runs through Friday. If it's not the right fit, no problem. I'll follow up in a month. That line respects autonomy. It keeps doors open. Rule 3. One true proof. Offer one verifiable fact. Don't stack claims you can't show. If you cite metrics, have the source ready. Don't bluff numbers. Integrity wins long term. Rule 4. No buried commitments. Never hide essential terms in fine print. Make the cost, timeline, and expectations obvious. Clarity reduces dispute and builds trust. Repeat the mantra: ask, respect, proceed. Every ask must follow that sequence. Ask, respect, proceed. Here are exact scripts to use now. Copy them, use them, repeat them. Sales script with opt-out. I recommend Plan A because it fits your goals. If it's not the right fit, tell me not now and I'll close your file. Decide now or we circle back in 30 days. Which do you prefer? Leadership script for change. We want to shift our onboarding to a cohort model. The aim is faster ramp and less manager churn. If anyone needs a different path, raise it now and we'll design one. Do we proceed with the cohort starting next month? Customer service script. We can expedite this refund today. If you'd rather wait for the full review, we will process that in 3 days. Which option do you want? Each script is short. Each gives a clear opt-out. Each preserves dignity. Ask, respect, proceed. Now the drill. This is the single most important practice in this chapter. Opt-out drill. 14 days. Day 1 through 3. Add an opt-out line to every outbound message. Email, pitch, DM. 1 sentence, no more. If not, tell me and I'll follow up next month. Repeat. Day 4 through 7. Role play with a partner. One pretends to be annoyed. You use the ask, respect, proceed script. Time your delivery. Keep it under 10 seconds. Day 8 through 10. Track responses. Notice whether people push back less. Note who respects you more. Record results. Day 11 through 14. Use opt-outs in offers with real stakes. Measure retention after 30 days. Long game, long trust. Why this works? People prefer autonomy. When you respect choice, you reduce resistance. You build goodwill. You increase the chance of future yes. That's influence responsibly. Now the cost of not following ethics. Short-term wins bought with deception reduce future influence exponentially. Examples: lost clients, public backlash, higher scrutiny, increased legal risk. Reputation compounds both ways. Good acts compound into referrals and premium pricing. Bad acts compound into suspicion and attrition. A practical frame to evaluate decisions. Use the 3-question filter before any major ask. Is my intent explicit? Yes, no. Am I offering a real choice? Yes, no. Can I justify this to my closest critic? Yes, no. If any answer is no, revise the pitch. Influence responsibly. Edge cases exist. Negotiation involves pressure. Good negotiations are honest about trade-offs. Manipulation hides trade-offs. Pressure without deception is fair. Pressure with lies is not. Remember language. Words matter. Use them to preserve autonomy. Replace "you must" with "we recommend." Replace "limited time, act now" with "limited slots remain. This is our current pricing, only if true." Replace "trust me" with "here's the evidence." Speak with verbs, not apologies, but add respect. Final behavioral routine for integrity. Daily. Start each day by reciting your ethics lines. 2 minutes. Ask, respect, proceed. Influence responsibly. Long game, long trust. Weekly. Audit 2 past asks. Were opt-outs included? Were proofs valid? Note improvements. Quarterly. Survey 3 people who declined your offers. Ask why. Use feedback to refine. Respect grows when you show you learn. You have a choice. Influence is a tool. Use it well, use it honestly. Influence responsibly. This chapter hands you limits, not shackles. Boundaries increase your power. Ethics sustain your power. You learned how to win without breaking people. You learned to protect trust. Now practice until those protections are reflex. Practice until your words become law. You mastered responsible influence. Now we convert daily drills into permanent skill.
Chapter 10. Practice until your words become law. Skill is not built in theory. It is built in repetition. You have a choice: consume information or convert it into reflex. That's the key. If you do not practice this language, you will lose it. If you practice daily, it becomes automatic. Practice daily, speak daily, win daily. Micro habits create permanent authority. Not motivation, not hype, repetition. It's not about talent, it's about discipline. Here is how you convert everything you've learned into instinct. First, the 10-minute daily drill. Minute 1 to 2, record one clear statement using the 3-part structure: result, reason, request. Example: I'm ready for a salary adjustment. My projects increased revenue by 18%. Let's review compensation this week. Short, direct, no rambling. Minute 3 to 4, reframe a common objection. Take a negative line and flip it. They said it's too expensive. Reframe: the investment reflects long-term value and support. Change the frame, change the outcome. Minute 5 to 6, practice one anchor phrase. Most people choose. Imagine if, because. Say the line, watch them lean. Minute 7 to 8, practice silence. Deliver a statement, pause 3 seconds. Pause, punch, proceed. Minute 9 to 10, review your recording. Cut filler words, remove hedges, tighten verbs. Speak with verbs, not apologies. 10 minutes, every day. Practice daily, speak daily, win daily. Now the 30-day practice schedule. Follow it exactly. Days 1 to 5, structure mastery. Every day, craft 5 3-part sentences for different scenarios: salary, pitch, feedback, negotiation, conflict. Record them, tighten them, repeat until smooth. Days 6 to 10, framing drills. Write 5 reframes daily. Take common complaints and convert them into value-based frames. Practice urgency, scarcity, and identity frames. Frame it now. Watch them follow. Days 11 to 15, influence language. Memorize 10 high-impact phrases. Use them in real conversations, not practice, real life. Track reactions. Days 16 to 20, defensive reframing. Have a friend challenge you, interrupt you, criticize you. Practice redirect lines. Here is what matters. Let's focus on the outcome. Interrupt to lead. Days 21 to 25, presence training. Daily 60-second presence ritual. Stand tall, shoulders back, chin level. Deliver one opening line with authority. Hold eye contact for 3 seconds. Stand, speak, set the room. Days 26 to 29, live application. Initiate one structured conversation per day. A request, a negotiation, a boundary. Use architecture: open, escalate, peak ask, close. Day 30, full integration. Deliver a full 3-minute persuasive pitch. Record it. Evaluate structure, tone, framing, and silence. Practice daily, speak daily, win daily. Now let's talk transformation. Small reps, big results. Case 1. A mid-level employee, stuck for 3 years. Before, avoided salary conversations, rambling emails, reactive in meetings. After 60 days of practice, asked clearly, anchored value,
paused with authority. Result, 22% salary increase, promotion within 6 months. It wasn't luck, it was structure. Case 2, a freelance designer undercharging for years. Before, apologetic tone, if that's okay, sorry for the high rate. After, removed hedges, added opt-outs, framed work as investment. Result, doubled rates in 4 months, lost low-value clients, gained better ones. No protects yes. Case 3, a founder pitching investors. Before, long explanations, defensive posture, over-talking. After, 3-part sentences, clear frames, silence after key numbers. Result, closed seed round in 8 weeks. Small reps, big results. You don't need their permission to improve your voice. You don't need their permission to practice in private. Authority is trained, not granted. Now the compounding rule. Private repetition builds skill. Public application builds reputation. First, you practice in silence. Then you test in small rooms. Then you scale to bigger rooms. That's the sequence. Step 1, private rehearsal. Step 2, low-stakes real conversations. Step 3, high-stakes opportunities. Do not skip steps. It's not about confidence, it's about conditioning. Every public win makes the next one easier. Skill compounds, presence compounds, reputation compounds. One strong meeting leads to another. One clear negotiation sets a new standard. One firm boundary shifts how people treat you. Long game, long trust. Now your final drill. Within 48 hours, deliver one live 3-minute persuasive pitch. Not in your head, not to the mirror, to a real human. Pitch an idea, ask for a raise, propose a collaboration, set a boundary. It doesn't matter what, it matters that you act. Structure it. Opening frame, 1 emotional hook, 3 facts, clear ask, silence. Pause, let it land. Then evaluate. What worked? Where did you rush? Where did you hedge? Do it, then do it better. That is the mantra. Do it, then do it better. You have a choice. Read this and move on, or practice and transform. Everything in this audiobook comes down to this. Disciplined communication creates leverage. Leverage creates freedom. It's not about personality, it's about preparation. It's not about volume, it's about structure. It's not about charisma, it's about control. Practice daily, speak daily, win daily. When your words are structured, intentional, ethical, and rehearsed, they carry weight. Eventually, you will notice something subtle. People will stop interrupting you. They will lean in. They will ask for your opinion. They will follow your lead. Not because you demanded it, because you trained for it. Small reps, big results. And one day, without drama, without announcement, your words will feel different. Shorter, stronger, certain. And when you speak, decisions move. That is when your words become law. Do it, then do it better. You now have one system: frame, focus, phrase, follow through. Frame to set the field, focus to pick the result, phrase to deliver authority, follow through to make it stick. Apply one part of this system every single day, one disciplined question, one short sentence, one controlled conversation, and your influence will compound. Right now, I give you one challenge. In the next 48 hours, pick one real conversation, a pitch, a raise, a hard talk, and use the 4 steps exactly as taught. Record it, review it, repeat. If you commit, nothing stays the same. Take the challenge. Like this video and subscribe to Mindshift Audiobooks. Then come back and tell me what changed.